Black Captain America, huh?
Damn right. We built this country. Bled for it. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it. Not after what everybody before me went through.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing out there? Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning in to another great episode of Just My Opinion Reviews, Super Duper Edition. Guys, like always, before we get started, please let me know how I'm looking. Let me know how I'm sounding. Let me know if I'm crisp. Let me know if I am clear. Hopefully you guys had a great, lovely, productive Sunday today. It is the start of a new week. It is daylight savings time, guys. We gained an hour. Did you take advantage of it? Did you get some extra tasks done? Did you get some extra sleep? Did you do what you needed to get done? Hopefully you did. Hopefully you got all your clothes washed and dried. I just put my last on right before we got started. Hopefully you got all your grocery shopping shopped and put away in the kitchen. It's all cooked and prepped for all the week. Hopefully you have all of your clothes ironed. And if you still go into the office, it's laid out in your closet on your bed like it is the first day of school on the fourth grade. But guys, thank you so much for coming through. I really do appreciate it. See that we got 33 people watching right now. Hopefully we have 33 thumbs up. I'm in a good mood, but also I'm sad, man. My Dallas Cowboys lost. You know, that's one of the reasons why I started the show a little bit late today, because I had to see them face, you know, their division rivals, those Eagles, and now came down to the wire, man. That really sucks. I thought the game was over with about a minute and a half left in the game, but you know, they had those 3 timeouts, drove all the way down the field with that pass interference. I was like, wait a minute, are you gonna get down to the 11-yard line? Oh my God, are y'all about to pull this off? No. You're playing with my emotions, Cowboys, like you always do. But I still love you. I'm still a diehard Cowboys fan over here. And so shout out to all the Cowboys fans out there. Guys, if you are curious on what we will be discussing today, all of that information will be in the description box of this video. So you can go ahead and check that out. And we're going to be talking about a little bit more than just comic book superhero news today. And so, yeah. Let me know, you know, if you are anticipating that or not. See that we have 50 people watching. Let me go ahead and just start shouting out all of you lovely people that decided to show up today. We got Reviewz in the building soon. Yes, you hit that up right before the show started. Thank you, Reviewz, for being here. I appreciate it. Chill Spot, aka Stores as Guardian Queen. Happy Sunday, everyone listening in while on the road. Right on. Took an impromptu family trip with Thor and Love. I love it. You got to take those impromptu trips. And I can't talk today for some reason, but we're going to get it together. Callow Zane is in the building. What's going on? How you doing? We got Kyla Kale in the building. Hey. What's up? Quentin C is in the building. Thank you for being here. Travis Looney, what's good? Christian G, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday, Christian G. Thank you for being here. And let's get those thumbs up. Soto is in the building. Sup, y'all? B. Avery and JMO fam. I love it. One Journey, what's going on? Hey, new music. Y'all played it before on some other lives, but that's that Killer Instinct from back in the 90s. Still working on getting some more music in, but thank you, One Journey. D Weave is in the building. What's going on? Salute B. Avery. The refs screwed the Cowboys. Did they? I didn't watch enough of the game to see, but you know, they are known for that sometime. But thank you for being here, D Weave. I appreciate it. We got Xavier Phoenix in the building. What's up, B and JMO fam? Guys, child, what's up? Also, Michael Marblood, what's good? How you doing? Casey, McClintock, what's going on? Andrew YB, what's up? Thank you for being here. Get those likes up. Stevie J, I cracked the code on the timeline. Let's hear it. Pakofo Bang, what's going on? It has been a minute. Where you been? Thank you for being here. What's up? Xander Cage is in the building. What's up, BA? Thank you for being here. We got Sim in the building. What up, fam? And also Knowledge 360. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, y'all, I guess I am sounding pretty cool and looking crisp and all that because you guys would have said something by now, but that's always a check I like to make. Wayne Turner, sadly, I can't stay. That's okay. Well, check out the replay. I love it. Enjoy all here from Sydney, Australia. Yes, our future time traveler. Don't forget to hit that like button. Bye, y'all. See you later, Wayne. We will see you in those replay streets. What's going on, Nathan Moore? What's good? Thank you so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate it. But guys, let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, you know, I got to put the call out for all the people out there. So yeah, Mr. Ron Burgundy, please, please, please.
If I'm gonna do this, I'll need my news team at my side. News team, assemble! News team, assemble!
Thank you, Ron. I do appreciate it. And y'all let me know if that volume was low. I'm still trying to work out this soundboard and figure out how it works and all that. So let me know, let me know. And also to all my moderators out there, please, please, please. Protect the chat as best as you can. And actually, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, guys. I'm kind of combining some movie news roundup stuff with the show today. I think that'll be okay. We are not gonna start the show today with the start of comic book superhero news. That's coming next. There have been a few trailers that have come out this week and also a couple of weeks ago, and I'm a bit behind, and I want to take care of them right now. I haven't seen them yet. We have 3. We got the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We also have Shogun that's going to be premiering on FX, and also Joaquin Phoenix's latest film coming out later this month or next month, Napoleon. And we got trailer number 2. I want to check it out right now. Is this the right one? Yes, it is. So let me back that up real quick, change this background to Napoleon. And again, I've seen the first trailer, but I haven't seen the second trailer. Y'all hit a 1 in the chat if you can hear this. I just want to triple check and make sure. Did y'all hear that right there? Hit a 1 and we can go ahead and get this party started if you guys don't mind. I just gotta, I've been behind on my trailers, you know what I'm saying? All right, we got a 1. All right, let's do this. This is trailer number 2 for Napoleon.
General, we are discovered.
Good.
Wait! Nice! It's a trap! Retreat!
Got there.
I'm not built like other men.
Generals gathered in their masses.
Move along now!
Those in power only see me as a brute, unfit for higher office.
Just like witches at black masses.
But I follow in the footsteps of Alexander the Great and Caesar.
Evil minds that plot destruction.
If you look down, you'll see a surprise. Once you see it, you will always want it.
Sorcerer of death's construction.
I must warn you, I will not lead a second in command. I will win by fire. I am destined for greatness. I found the crown of France in the gutter and placed it atop my own head.
Ashes where the body's burning.
You want to be great,
No.
but you are nothing without me. Say it.
I believe I speak for all of us. We will all sleep again without this vermin.
Whose country are we in?
Thanksgiving, all right. 70mm IMAX. That's what's up right there. Now, guys, I love me a period piece. I love me a war film. Combine that, you're gonna get me excited. We got Ridley Scott directing this, Joaquin Phoenix at the lead. But I'm a fan of them both. So it's going down. I'm definitely gonna check this out. I remember when I reacted to it was an action adventure biography, an epic that details the checkered rise and fall of the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte and his relentless journey to the power through the prism of his addictive, volatile relationship with his wife, Josephine. Really, really am looking forward to this right here. Has Oscar-worthy vibes all over it. So I remember when I reacted to the first trailer, a lot of people in the comment section was like, yeah, he was this, he was that. I wonder if they're going to show him get his ass kicked by the Haitians. And I was like, yeah, that is right. I forgot. And I did do a movie review for the 1804, The Hidden History of Haiti. But anyway, I did not know that this was being put together with Apple TV. So that's interesting right there. I think they said that towards the end of the trailer too. Let me see. Exclusively in movie theaters. Okay. So I guess it will be streaming after that on Apple. I don't know why this won't play. Yeah. 70mm. Okay. Now, I don't really feel like reading all of the, well, it's not that much. Yeah, I can't see that. Sorry. One more. I just want to confirm that this is IMAX because they did put that 70mm up there. Y'all know I love my IMAX. I talk about all the time. Don't hate One Take. Don't hate. Don't hate. OneTakeBigDog is a IMAX hater. Wait a minute. See, they're playing with my emotions. It's 239:1. See, it says printed file format 70mm. But anyway, that's maybe too inside baseball. But what are you guys thinking about this? Are y'all enjoying it? Y'all want to see this movie? Andrew RB said interesting. Buck Thoughts says looks good. Right on, right on. Soto, that ice trap is probably the best part of the movie besides WF acting. Why is that flying over my head? But it's probably very simple. I'm just having a little moment right now. But yeah, guys, whether you're watching this via live on the replay, this is going down this fall, this Thanksgiving, Napoleon, and I'm looking forward to it. Let me know if you are too, and if you're a history buff or not. You like the cast, you like the director, all that good stuff. But that is the trailer for Napoleon. Now, let's go ahead and get rid of this one and move on to the next trailer that we're going to watch today. Let's go ahead and do Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I have not seen this one, but let's go ahead and check this out. I don't even know if this is a continuation of the one with Caesar, with Rise and Dawn and World of the Planet of the Apes, but I guess we're going to find out. Let me get my screen ready. Here we go. Oh, and hit a 1 in the chat if you can hear it, please. Thank you.
What a wonderful day!
Having good English now. What a wonderful day.
When I sleep, I see strange things.
Memories?
Not memories. New things. I see everything.
Now, is the eagle talking to him, or is that just somebody else?
That is not everything.
Wow, we're hunting humans. civilized tribe. And okay, 2024 looking good. I want to see it. I do. I mean, the first one to me was it Dawn of the Planet of the Apes or Rise? That was the best one, and then it got worse as they went on. I was really disappointed with the third one, War for the Planet of the Apes, because it's called War for the Planet of the Apes. And they had all these war and fighting battle scenes in the trailer. And then there was no war in the movie, which was highly disappointing. Only thing I don't like about this trailer was the CG didn't look as polished as the previous films. You know, we all know it's a computer, but it was obvious to me. But let me see if I can answer my question on this is the related. Many years after the reign of Caesar, okay, apparently it is, a young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question everything he's been taught about the past, but make choices that will define the future for apes and humans alike. This is being directed by Wes Ball. That name sounds so familiar. What have you done before, sir? Art department. Okay, directing. Okay, Kingdom. Okay, Maze Runner, Squash Trials. Okay, the Maze Runner guy. One of these runner movies was cold as hell, man. I remember at nighttime they was running in some lightning. It was good. So, okay, good director. I like Wes Ball because I did like those movies. Let me just see if there's just a little bit more about, okay, the new Apes movie is set many years after the conclusion of 2017's War for the Planet of the Apes. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Many ape societies have grown from when the Moses-like Caesar brought his people to an oasis, while humans have been reduced to a pharaoh-like existence. Some ape groups have never heard of Caesar. Wow. I like that right there. Who the F are y'all? Oh, we from Caesar's clan. Who the F is Caesar? We doing our own thing over here. Some ape groups have never heard of Caesar, while others have contorted his teaching to build burgeoning empires. In this setting, one ape leader begins to enslave other groups to find human technology, while another ape who watched his clan be taken embarks on a journey to find freedom. A young human woman becomes key to the latter's quest, although she has plans of her own. Now, guys, this sounds delicious. This sounds good. We got different ape tribes going against each other, enslaving each other, teaming up with humans, but they also have their own agenda. There's ignorance around Caesar and their origin. And yeah, it looks like we're going to have it's not just humans versus apes. It's apes, and apes versus humans versus everybody all mixed up. Okay. I'm interested. Because again, I was so disappointed with War for the Planet of the Apes, but if y'all coming like this, then we can do something. What did y'all think about this right here? Rutu, directed by Wes Ball, who did two. Okay, right on. Looks good. I can't remember if I saw the second one though. Okay. The lead is a distant relative to Caesar, I'm told. Okay. Wow, they are advanced now. They really are. I'm glad they moved forward some time. Right on. Damn, I'm behind. It's been more than 2. Yeah, this is number 4. The Maze Runner was a good trilogy. It was. I own at least 2 of them downstairs. Yep, they got my money. Yeah, they got mine too. Diva. Hey, y'all, what's going on? All right, well, what was the first one we watched? Napoleon. Yeah, we got some good movies coming. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the second trailer. Guys, if you're watching this via live on the replay, let me know what you think down below. Because I definitely want to know, and I am very, very curious to see this. Now, let's go ahead and move to this third trailer. Now, we're going to watch the Echo trailer later on, but that's part of the superhero stuff. But before we get there, let's check out. Let me delete this and pull this one up right here. This is for Shogun. This is going to premiere on FX next year as well. And I haven't seen the trailer. Like, I've seen like stills, and I've seen like maybe 4 or 5 seconds of the trailer, but then cut it off because like, no, I want to react to this. And I was going to react to all these yesterday individually, but I got home too late. But y'all don't care about that. Y'all just, anyway. But yeah, let's go ahead and do Shogun, because from what I've seen already, this reminds me of The Last Samurai with, is that the name of the movie? with Tom Cruise that came out in like 2004. I love that movie. So this kind of reminded me of that. So let's go ahead and check it out real quick. This is Shogun.
Lightness. Our bows are.
Dog, y'all, can y'all hear that? All right, let's do this. Here goes Shogun.
Do not be fooled by our politeness. Our bows are made of rituals.
My boy.
Death is in our air. And sea and earth. Just remember. We live and we die. We control nothing beyond that.
That's a white boy here.
There's a saying out here, every man has 3 hearts. One in his mouth for the world to know. Another in his chest, just for his friends. And a secret heart, buried deep, where no one can find it. What kind of man wields power in a land like this? The one with the open or the one you never see? Will I die here? Likely.
Who is that?
War is coming.
Life and death are the same. Both can have value and purpose.
This is not where we die. We should be corpses, I know. But here we are. My life is mine and yours is yours. If you can't see that, you'll never be free of this prison.
It is you who is imprisoned. Freedom is all you ever live for.
己の務めを果たす覚悟はできておるか。
覚悟はできておりまする。
Is this a remake of something? Hulu and FX. Okay, so it looks good, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not blown away. However, the wardrobe, costumes looks fantastic. It looks like it's gonna have some great performances as well, and I love the whole set design. It really looks like this was filmed many years ago, and so that's what's up right there. But I'm not just like, oh man, shit, it's going down. I'm not there yet. Could get there, but I'm not there yet. Hold on, what is this? Yeah, Apes anymore, but it looks good. And then we got my boy. Let me put my birthday in here, so you guys can give me a present. No, I think this is just gonna make a trailer play or something like that in the background. Yeah. Where is he at? Hiroyuki Sanada. This dude, yeah, I would be disappointed if he wasn't in this, and I really like him. So I'm a fan of him as one of the main cast. Okay, this is gonna be 10 episodes. What is this? Is it the drama? TV miniseries, original title Shogun. So let me look. Set in the 17th century, the story is told from the perspective of the British hero John Blackthorne. Okay, from his perspective, that's interesting. A sailor who rises from outsider to samurai. Okay, just like the last samurai, while being used as a pawn in Japanese leader Toranaga's struggle to reach the top of the ruling chain, or shogun. Okay, based on the novel Shogun of 1975. Wait, this had to be a movie too. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Okay, based on the novel Shogun. Okay, I'm here for it though. I am here for it. This does seem right up my alley. Let's see here. I think it's a remake of the show from the 70s. Right. Which, right. If you're into that, you would know. Let's see here. Buck Thought said, I can't wait for this one. Wasn't this a miniseries in the 80s? Yeah, I think so. 70s, 80s. It looks great. Everything gets a remake. What's up, baby? To Shiro. If only they knew inviting that colonizer in was a bad omen. Right on. Lady Snowblood up in here. Okay. I think it's a remake of the 70s. Just looked it up. It was a series in the 80s based on a book from the 70s. Right on. Okay. Right on. Bonjour. Sorry, the TV show was in the 80s. All good. On my square. I saw the original as a kid with Richard Chamberlain. Was it good? Did you like it? How was it? Let us know. They promoted this series like they did Shaka Zulu back then. Okay, well, guys, so far this seems like it has my interest for Shogun. This does seem like something that I would cover on my channel for week to week, or however often they are going to release each episode. But for right now, it does have my attention, and that's a good thing, because it's just always great to have something to look forward to as far as your movies and television is concerned. But guys, let me know what y'all think of about this. If you are as enthused or excited as I am, let me know. Let me know down in that comment section below. Because like always, guys, I am dying to know. But let's go ahead and move on to what you guys really came here for. You came here for some superhero comic book news. So let's go ahead and get into that right now. Since we are talking about comic book news and all that hot jazz, guys, Invincible season 2, episode 1 just dropped this past Thursday. It is fire. It is a banger. It is very, very entertaining. And I think you guys should go check it out if you have an account with Amazon Prime. Me and your boy Eman with Eman Movie Reviews, we did do a recap for season 2, episode 1 that is on my channel right now. We may link up to do more recaps in the future with this show if time permits. But hey, subscribe to our channels so you can, go ahead and check that out if we do want to surprise you. Also this week, guys, The Marvels is coming out in theaters. Yes, November the 10th. Get your tickets right now. Unfortunately, the cast cannot promote the film like they should be able to, because still we got the SAG strike going on right now, but hopefully that will come to a swift conclusion. But I will be seeing the Marvels in theaters, of course. I didn't mean to say that, but I will be seeing the Marvels this week. I'll be seeing it on Tuesday. So today's Sunday, not Monday, but Tuesday night, I will be seeing it. I will have a fresh out of the theater reaction for you guys, as well as a non-spoiler review when the embargo lifts. And also, I think I may link up with a person or two in the crew, and we may do a spoilers review that we will release this Thursday as well when it drops, Thursday evening, but it, comes out technically Friday, but you guys get it. So again, the boys ended not the boys, but Gen V ended last week, I believe. But this week we have episode 6, the season finale for Loki, Invincible season 2, episode 2 with Invincible and the Marvels. And so if you're a comic book fan, you have a lot to keep you satisfied here. And so that's what's up. So I'm actually looking forward to this film right now. It doesn't have the best press, and we're going to be talking about that here and more details in a second, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's good. But guys, let's go ahead and get into this super duper episode number 25. Again, everything that we will be discussing today will be in the description box of this video with its respective links. And so if you want to go ahead and read ahead or at your own leisure, go ahead and do that. But let's go ahead and move on to topic number 1. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter right here. Looks like it's the end of a DC era, end of the CW's DC era, Superman and Lois to conclude with season 4. Guys, again, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure, like I've always said. And also, guys, were you a fan of this show? Did you watch it? Was it good to you? Are you bummed that we're not going to be getting any more? I did cover like a couple of episodes of season 1, and it was a good show. I was really, really entertained by it. But word on the street was one of the writers was black, and she was dealing with some racist treatment from some colleagues or some of the execs or something like that. And so I know a lot of people bowed out because of that, including myself. But the parts of the show that I did see were fire. But let's get into this. The news comes as producer Warner Brothers TV is clearing the decks of DC shows to make way for the James Gunn era. The Next Star Back broadcast network on Thursday announced that the upcoming 4th season of the DC Comics drama from exec producer Greg Berlanti will be in its final run. 10-episode final season starring Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch will air sometime in 2024. Over the last 3 seasons, Superman and Lois redefined both the superhero genre and family drama as Tyler, Elizabeth, and the entire cast effortlessly portrayed these classic characters with new layers of depth and complexity that never have been before explored in the Superman universe, said Brian Schwartz, president of entertainment at the CW. We are grateful for the years of hard work and graceful storytelling from the show's writers, producers, actors, and crew, as well as our terrific partners at Warner Brothers Television and Berlanti Productions. As Superman embarks on his final flight, the team is leaving with an absolutely epic 10-episode must-watch, every immense farewell to one of the most legendary CW families ever. That is interesting right there. And it's a bummer because, again, what I did see was pretty good. And I think I may tune in. To check out, if I get some time, check out the remainder of what they have to offer to us. So I think I finished season 1. So I'll just start back on season 2 and watch season 2, watch season 3, and binge watch season 4. And so something I'm looking forward to.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
Guys, y'all know what that means. Coming to the stage.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. Indingo and Jadaka! Unyanaka and Jobu! I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. Nah, I'm your king. Come on.
Yes, there he is right there, guys. Larry with Today I Feel Like, the living legend, aka Killmonger, ripping the red, man. I love it. Cap all that, man. It's quite fire. How you doing, sir? How you doing?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I still love that scene. Took on the entire Dora Milaje and won.
That's what's up right there. I love it too, man. Thank you for being here, Larry. I really do appreciate it. So that's what's up, man. Thank you for being here. How's your day been so far?
Oh, it's been pretty good, man. Just real kind of chill. Went for a walk. I had to go buy a new hard drive because, trying to do that editing stuff and it takes up space, boy. You will run through some hard drives doing YouTube. So
this is true, man. This is true. So I know the growing pains with all that's concerned. So guys, this is the living legend, Larry, right here. Check him out. If you love what he has to say, information is in the description box of this video. He's also on my channel tab. And I don't know what's wrong with YouTube, but they took away the channel tab or whatever.
Yeah, they're making all kinds of changes. They took that away. They took away the poll that you used to be able to do.
That's nuts.
They're making all kinds of changes. So
I don't like it. I don't like it, but I was able to pull it up real quick. Here's the channel right here. So check him out. Check him out, guys. Show him some love. You go ahead. What was you saying?
I missed your trailers. I was watching. I turned it on and I was like, I don't know why I didn't get the notification, but I was like, oh, Brandon's on it right now. I missed the notification, and I was like, I saw the last trailer for Shogun, but I missed the other ones with for Planet of the Apes. But
yes,
Shogun one looked pretty good. It looked pretty good.
As well as everybody watching now or in the replay, when I separate them, go back and give your comments and let me know what you think. Yeah. But for now, Larry, did you watch the CW show Superman and Lois? They're
I'm not done with it. Man. I'm not done with it yet, but I did watch some of it.
Oh yeah, how far did you get?
Oh, let me see. I don't know if I have an app where I track my my show progress. I can't remember how far. I think I'm like in season 2, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're in season 2, you liked it. You're liking it so far. You like season 1.
It was pretty good. It wasn't the best show, but I will say this. I like it. I like this Superman better than I like the Superman in the movies because he's flawed. He knows he's flawed, and I kind of like that. I don't like the perfect goody-goody two-shoe Superman we often see in the movies. I like this dude a little bit. So I kind of would like to see him in. I don't know what they're going to do, but in the movies, I kind of would like to see him as Superman.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I bowed out of the show a while ago. We have this report right here that, they're concluding the show with season 4. From what you've seen so far, I mean, do you care about this, or is it disappointing to you? Like, damn, what I've seen is great, and they should keep it going. Why are they stopping it for? This sucks. Like, where you at on that, if anywhere at all?
No, I'm not. Like, I'm not so invested in it that I'm just like, oh, they have to keep rocking with it. Nah, it's just like, okay. I mean, I hate to say it because I know there's some hardcore DC fans out there, but it was one of those shows that I would watch when I was doing something else. It's like when I would sit down to edit or something and I would put it on because I wanted it on, but I didn't want to focus too much because it was so easy to watch. It was like you put on and like every now and then you have to pop your head up and maybe hit the button, rewind 10 seconds to be like, what did he say?
I got you, man.
It's still an entertaining show, though. It's still an entertaining show.
Okay. They got one more quote that I wanted just to go over real quick. While we're sad to say goodbye to Superman and Lois at the end of season 4, we're grateful for the time we've had with our amazing cast, crew, visual effects team, editors, musical geniuses, and writers. Since the day this show was first discussed, it was about family. And that's what was created on and off screen, said the executive producer and co-showrunners Todd Helbing and Brett Fletcher. We'd like to thank our partners at Berlanti Productions, DC, WB, and the CW for their endless support and enthusiasm during this journey. And give us a very special thank you to all the fans for tuning in. We're thrilled about what we have in store in final season and can't wait for everyone to watch Superman, Lois, and all of our heroes face off against the biggest threat in the show's history, Lex Luthor. Dun, dun, dun. Well, he is a word to go against, and so I'm pretty sure it's going to go down. I think before you popped on, I said to myself that I think I'm going to try to get back into the show and binge it all or something like that, because from what I did see in season 1, I really did enjoy. I thought it was fire. So, yeah, man, it's over with. Go ahead.
Are the new executive producers for the whole DC universe there? Are they going to take over the TV element of it too?
I think that's safe to say yes. That would make sense. I think that's true. I think that's a fair, accurate statement right there.
Because I feel like it was, for a while, it was pretty fractured. Like they had little bits everywhere. I feel like they had, like the Superman animated show, and then they had this show, and then they had some of the CW stuff like Gotham, and it just seemed like there was little bits here and there that weren't, plus the whole Flash show and what was the other one? Green Arrow. It just seemed like there was stuff that was like little bits here and there, and it wasn't like very cohesive. I feel like it would be it could be better, but it could also just make it easier for fans to watch and enjoy if there's a thread going through everything.
100%. And so that's the plan. That's what's on the agenda right now with Peter Safran and James Gunn. And so hopefully everything will be under one umbrella and it'll be organized and nobody will be complaining and no confusion or anything. We can just have a nice cohesive set of films and everybody can be entertained. But guys, there you go right there. It's not going down anymore with Superman and Lois. It's ending in season 4 next year. And so whether you're watching this via live or in the replay, let me know what you think down below in the comments section. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic of the day. And may have some arguments, but that's okay. Or we may get along like two peas in a pot. as you know, Marvel has not been at its best for quite some time. The last thing that all the execs could pop bottles and just be like, yeah, we did this and we did that was probably Avengers Endgame that came out over 4 years ago. But lately, things have not, reached their full potential. You like this background or this one right here? Let me know. Let me know.
What was the other one? Show me the other one.
This one.
I like that one. Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that one right there. But like I was saying, man, things, everybody was complaining about Phase 4, saying that this sucks. It's woke. It's this, it's that. It's just not as good as Phase 3. What's going on? A lot of that had to do with Bob Chapek coming over with all these mandates and directives and just kind of too many cooks in the kitchen. But he left. But he's not the only one to blame. Bob Iger has made some mistakes, and Kevin Feige has made some mistakes too. He's not completely innocent in all of this. And we've been knowing this for quite some time. I mean, people have been complaining, since Black Widow, and that came out 2-3 years ago. I was always one like, oh, guys, come on, man. Phase 4 is not that bad. I mean, it's not as good as what we got before, but y'all, it's the worst phase ever. Come on, y'all tripping. But then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We got Secret Invasion. We got bad press from the Marvels. It's just, Blade is almost. But when Blade coming out? You know what I'm saying? That was announced 2019.
Is it gonna come out?
We don't know. We don't know. It's all up in the air. But even more details have been shined on everything that's going on in Marvel early this week. Everybody's been talking about it. Now it's our turn. This great lengthy article from Variety. They're calling this right here a crisis at Marvel. Jonathan Majors, backup plans, the Marvel reshoots, reviving original Avengers, and more issues revealed. My goodness gracious, this is so much. It set the internet on fire, man, this week. But this past September, a group of Marvel creatives, including studio Kevin Feige, assembled at Palm Springs for the studio's annual retreat. Most years, the vibe would be confident, even cocky, given how the premier superhero brand owned by Disney since 2009 has remade the entertainment business and its image. But the occasion was angst-ridden. Everyone at Marvel was reeling from a series of disappointment on screen and legal scandals involving one of the biggest stars, and questions about the viability of the studio's ambitious strategy to extend the brand beyond movies into streaming. The most pressing issues to be discussed at the retreat was what to do about Jonathan Majors, the actor who had been poised to carry the next phase of the MCU, but instead is headed a high-profile trial in New York later this month on domestic violence charges. The actor insists he is the victim, but the damage to his reputation and the chance he chose to lose the case has forced Marvel to reconsider its plans to censor the next phase of his interlocking slate of sequels, spinoffs, and series around Majors' villainous character, Kang the Conqueror. At the gathering, the execs discussed backup plans, including pivoting to another comic book adversary like Dr. Doom, but making any shift would carry its own headaches. Majors was already a big presence in the MCU, including as the scene-stealing antagonist in February's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and has been positioned as the franchise's next big thing in this season of Loki, particularly in the finale, which airs November 9th, and sets up Kang as the titular star of the 5th Avengers film in 2006. Larry, actually, let me keep going just a little bit. Marvel is truly fucked with this whole Kang angle, says one top deal maker who has seen the final Loki episode, and they haven't even had the opportunity to rewrite until recently because of the WGA strike. But I don't see a path to how they can move forward with him. Beyond the bad press for Majors, the brain trust in Marvel is also grappling with the November release of The Marvels, a sequel to the 2019 blockbuster's Captain Marvel that's been plagued with lengthy reshoots and now appears likely to be underwhelmed at the box office. We're going to stop right there, man, and talk about Jonathan Majors and his legal obligation right there. In the background, we got Kang versus Doom, Doom versus Kang. I kind of got a taste of how you felt about this, but nobody else out there. So let's go ahead and reiterate that. How you feeling about this so far? The whole Jonathan Majors situation with his trial coming up at the end of New York. For the longest, Marvel has kept their mouth shut and not said a thing. But lately we have some things coming out. I know how I feel about it. I've been pretty. I put my 2 cents out there quite much. But how you feeling about this, man? You think they should move on, stay with them, recast? Replace Kang with Dr. Doom? Where you at? Where you at?
I'm perfectly fine with them keeping Kang the Conqueror as the villain. They just need to get rid of Jonathan Majors. They just need to dump him. They should have dumped him the moment those charges continued to go forward. Like when things first came out, and maybe you take a beat to say, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. But I mean, it's been months and months and months now. It's about to go to trial. I mean, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar franchise. You can't take the chance on, all of this going awry by 12 people in a jury box. I mean, I am a Disney shareholder, but if I was a Disney exec, would I want the fate of my largest movie franchise in the hands of 12 random jurors in New York? No, I would not. I would have to tell him, look, man, I'm sorry. If things go your way, maybe we can find another place for you in the MCU down the line, or maybe we can find some other Disney property to put you in to help, to help sort of salve the wounds. But nah, he's got to go. He's got to go. There's a lot of other fine black actors out there that can take that role.
Larry, don't you think that's quite dangerous to come to such, crash decisions so fast? But I mean, because you said as soon as he was accused of it, let him go. So
that means that shortly thereafter.
Let's look at it this way. That means that any evil person with bad intentions, with a bad agenda, can just be like, I don't like this person. Let me accuse them of something that they did not do. And just because it's a big name and it's going to get to headlines, it's going to ruin their career. I win, they lose. I mean, this seems like that would be as easy as snapping my fingers if that's what Marvel, Disney, or any other major studio or conglomerate would do. I mean, am I making sense, or am I making sense?
You're making sense to a degree, but I have to say, I think that for most people, like some random person can't just go make an accusation and it be taken, it can be credible. Like I'm not going to be able to go and say, hey, Halle Berry touched my ding-a-ling, and now I want to sue her, and I want her to go to court, and I want all this other stuff. It's not. I mean, you can have random people all the time come out and make accusations against celebrities and try and say, oh, this person loves me, and they all kinds of craziness. It has to be something credible. And this clearly was credible. I mean, obviously this is still going on. We know that we haven't seen the video, but we know apparently there's video of this from inside that cab where this incident happened. And when all this first came out, they said, his attorneys and them said, oh, there's video. The video is going to exonerate him. Well, the video did not exonerate him because it's going to trial. There was something in that video had these prosecutors saying, hey, you know what? We think we have something here. And I mean, I don't know, man. I think when it comes down to, I get what you're saying about people just making accusations and then ruining people's careers. But I think when it comes down to these huge franchises, you have to keep your nose clean. I know you and I personally talked about it, and you brought up Johnny Depp. Even Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is a white dude who's been around forever. He's a huge star. And Disney said, nope, that pirate movie is off the table now. Wait till your stuff is figured out. They still haven't made that movie, So it can happen to anybody, white, black, male, female, whatever. If you are responsible for carrying a multi-billion-dollar franchise, you have to keep your nose clean. Or be smart enough to be discreet, or have people that can take care of your mess for you. And he didn't do any of them.
I just wish you had more support for people that look like you, but you're trying to be objective, I guess.
No, I think this is where we differ in the opinions, because I think what I am doing is saying I'm supporting people who look like us. I'm not saying to replace him with someone white or otherwise. I'm saying replace him with another black man. But what I am saying is that if you are going to be in this position, you have to represent. You can't go out there. I mean, let's just be real. This thing is happening the way it's happening because he was with a white woman. Now you're talking about us, talking about me representing us. Where is his representation? If he was with Megan Good then like he was now, this wouldn't even be an issue. First of all, she probably would have known better to start a fight with him. You know? I mean, have you seen Creed? Have you seen the size of this dude? I don't even want to fight him.
But now let me ask you this. This came out, he was arrested in March. Ant-Man came out in February, so it couldn't have affected that box office. But it didn't. It didn't affect the box office for Creed? Creed was the most successful out of all three of them, I believe.
Creed was largely a black movie.
So it's not to push back a little bit. It's not hurting his money. It's not really hurting the box office, in my opinion. And let me ask you this: would you backpedal on your statements to where when the trial comes at the end of November, they just prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's innocent? Because like I don't know all the evidence that the prosecution and the defense has. We all could be very humbled when a trial comes. We have to be realistic about that. However, right now, this is just a gut feeling. I have no way to back this up, but just my gut feeling. I feel like he's innocent. I think it's blatantly obvious, and I feel like the prosecution is desperate, scrambling for straws, trying to save face and not make themselves look bad. Like, damn it, we thought this was going to be easy where we can throw this person under the bus. And I do feel that there is some racism involved, but possibly not over the whole thing. But I do feel like there are some players in there that are evil. And I just think they're trying to save face and just stretch this out and, not embarrass themselves. So again, how would you feel when the trial comes and he's, completely innocent, case shut, it's obvious, would you still feel the same way or different? Where are you at on that?
I mean, I think that I guess it just comes down. I'm still going to feel the same way because the reality of it is that I know you're very much talking about the court of law, what prosecutors are doing, what can be proven and can't be proven. I'm not talking about the court of law. I'm talking about the court of public opinion. And when you don't keep your nose clean and you do things or allow yourself to be in situations that can damage your reputation, either from something directly that you did or I did to you or the people that are around you, then you have to suffer the consequences of that. I mean, it's not just him. When you look at some of the trouble that other people have gotten into, whether they be rappers or rock stars, whoever, who may not have done anything wrong themselves, but they were in the same room with somebody who did something wrong, or they were associated with people who did something wrong, and they end up losing work, they lose jobs, they lose, concert dates, whatever, because of their associations. You have to really stay clean. You can't do the same when you're famous and rich, or both. You can't do the same behaviors that you did when you were younger and no one cared about you. You're no longer anonymous. You have stuff to lose. You have stuff people can take from you, and you need to act accordingly. He was living in that moment like he was a struggling actor and not realizing that he was a franchise player.
Okay. So let me wrap that up real quick. So you want to replace him, but you say, hey, if we're going to replace him, just replace him with another black man. Maybe some people I've heard say John Boyega. Also, you rather keep Kang and, save Dr. Doom for later.
John Boyega is another problem.
No. We're going to wrap it up. We got to give you 10 more seconds, but I just.
How about that? How about the dude that was in another black man the last black man in San Francisco? How about
John
that?
Majors?
No, the other dude.
I don't know him, and I know he was in that movie though.
He was in that movie. That's what I was thinking. The other dude that was in that movie with him.
Well, y'all let us know what y'all think about the Jonathan Majors situation. That's just one fraction of this entire article right here. But let's go ahead and move on.
Somebody said Nate Parker can replace him.
That's hilarious.
Stop.
Larry, I said earlier in the show that we're gonna have the Marvels come out this Friday. Are you excited about it, sir? I am personally. I still have high hopes for it. and think it's going to be a lot of fun. Where you at on the Marvels? What's your anticipation level?
I mean, what's to be excited about? I haven't even seen it.
Women kicking ass. Women with powers.
That's nothing new anymore, though. I mean, it used to be kind of fun and cool to see. It was like, yes, they're badass. They're doing all the same things that the guys are doing. Okay. I mean, at first it was sort of like it was a novelty, and then it became, okay, this is sort of like the new norm. And now it's just like, all right. I mean, it's like, it's not good enough to have women kicking ass. You need to make a good movie with women kicking ass.
Hopefully it is. Well, in this article, the Marvels, which opens in theaters this Friday, will struggle to get the ball past the infield, at least by Marvel outside standards. The movie, which cost $250 million and sees Brie Larson reprising her role as Captain Marvel, is tracked to open at $75 million to $80 million, far below the $185 Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness took last year. Directed by Nia DaCosta, this sister right here. The Marvels unites Larson's heroine, superhero villains Teyonah Parris, Monica Rambeau, and also Aman Vellani's Kamala Khan. But instead of a seamlessly building on the success of Captain Marvel, the movie resulted in 4 weeks of reshoots to bring coherence to a tangled storyline. Does not sound good. Then eyebrows was raised again when DaCosta began working on another film while the Marvels were still in post-production. The filmmaker moved to London earlier this year to begin prepping for Tessa Thompson's drama Hedda. A representative for DaCosta declined to comment. If you're directing a $250 million movie, it's kind of weird for the director to leave with only a few months to go, says a source familiar with the production. The Marvels has seen its release date move back twice, once to swap places with Quantumania, which was deemed further along, and again when its debut shifted from July to November to give the filmmaker more time to tinker. But the extra time didn't necessarily help. In June, Marvel, which traditionally only solicits feedback from Disney employees and their friends and family, took the uncharacteristic steps of holding a public test screening in Texas. The audience gave the film middling reviews. Middling reviews, Larry. What does middling reviews means? How you feel about that, man? They're talking about Nia DaCosta is leaving in the middle of post-production to go direct other movies. What's all that right there, man? I think that's a bunch of hogwash, but it was in the report. What do you think?
It almost sounds like it's so bad that the Disney executives were like, just go ahead, do your thing. It can't be saved. It's as good as it's gonna get. So just go do you. We'll have a post-production director take it from here and leave it at that, you know. Yeah. But
I got you.
I mean, personally, I think they ought to just pull it and they ought to push this thing back maybe by, I don't know, 6 months or so. I feel like they should not. This movie is already going to have a tough time, and partly because of the audience. There's a lot of hardcore comic book fanboys out there that don't really want to give this movie a chance because they're going to look at it as a chick flick, and so they really need to make sure this movie's legit. But in order, I think, to get people out, they need a real marketing push. And they haven't been able to do that because of the actors strike.
Right.
So just pull the movie. You can't. How do you put out one of your tentpole films without any real marketing? The only thing that tells me is this is not a real tentpole. This is just something that they're gonna write off. They're gonna say this movie is basically now in the write-off category for Disney because it's that bad. And and maybe they've just across the board tempered everyone's expectations so that now if it does really well, they can say, well, look, yeah, it did great, fantastic. If it sucks, they can say, well, we expected it sucked. That's why we didn't put any real money behind the marketing of it. But I mean, it's kind of a shame because if it does bad, people are going to use this to say, look, women as comic book characters can't carry a movie. They can be sidekicks. They can be bit players, but they can't carry the movies, and they're going to use that. they're going to use that when it comes to funding these movies in the future.
Hopefully, nobody would try to run with that. One of the good things, though, is Collider came back and was like, "That's not true." The Marvel's director Neil DaCosta did not leave during post-production, and so that's good right there. Because that wouldn't have been a good look at all if she left. And so, yeah, let me go ahead and I'll put this in the description box as well if you guys want to read. But that's good. They didn't leave though. They didn't leave. Or she didn't leave. Excuse me. But Marvel, you know, your boy Kevin Feige has been, you know, spread too thin. But Marvel has never been in the business of being average. Kevin's real superpower, his genius has always been in post-production and getting his hands on movies and making sure that they finish strongly, the source asks. These days, he's spread thin. Feige, of course, declined to comment. But Feige isn't the only person showing signs of strain. Marvel's entire visual effects battalion, including staffers and vendors, is struggling to keep pace with a never-ending stream of productions. This past February, when the credits rolled on the world premiere of Quantumania, shock rippled through Regency Village Theater in Westwood over some shoddy CGI. There were at least 10 scenes where the visual effects had been added at the last minute and were out of focus, says one veteran power broker who was there. It was insane. I've never seen something like that in my entire career. That's awful. Everyone was talking about it. Even the kids' executives were talking about it. That's horrible. I'm gonna come back there because they're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I don't want to forget these super chats because I almost did. Got the first one right here from Dane C, and of course, Larry, you can respond to that if you want to. But Dane C, thank you so much. I have right there. Sounds like Larry is trolling. Larry, are you trolling over there, man?
No, big ups to Dane C for the super chat. But no, I'm not trolling. I've been pretty consistent on this. I think we've talked about it on the show before, but we talk about this on our private thread with the fellas, and I've been pretty consistent on this. I know you guys aren't privy to those conversations, but I've been pretty consistent from the beginning about this. So
he has. But yeah, Dane C, thank you so much, man. Do appreciate that. And let me get this over real quick.
Yeah, go for it, man. My bad.
Have you seen the trailer for Marvel's Echo? Charlie, thank you so much for the 1-9 super chat. Yes, I have. I have a reaction for it on my page. You want to go check that out, and also it's in the description. We're going to be talking about that later. So we do go in order of the topic. So thank you, Charlie. I do appreciate it. Go ahead. What you were saying, Larry?
I was just gonna say with the whole Marvel thing, I thought we were supposed to see a movie with like Captain Marvel, Okoye, and who else was it gonna be? Was it gonna be Shuri? I forgot. I thought it was supposed to be like 3 of them before we got this one, because I feel like I feel like Tiana Ferris's character, what's her character's name again? Keep on
Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan's character. I feel like they're just not big enough yet. Like I feel like you had one series with the youngest lady, and then where she was the main character, and then you only like with Monica Rambeau's character, you only had her like as a secondary character in a series. She wasn't even the main character. I feel like they needed to spend more time with them to let people know before you drop them in a movie. But that's just me.
Did you watch WandaVision, right?
I watched all of them.
Okay. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree.
It's not that I didn't enjoy them. I don't think there's enough of them. I think we needed to have more of those characters. I think we needed them in other stuff. We need to see them more before we, like maybe they could have had them in. Maybe they then that what was the movie with Echo in there, the show with Echo, and then maybe we could have had Monica Rambeau pop up in that for a little bit. Maybe she could have popped up in something else. I feel like we need to see them on screen more and get to know them more before they get their own movies, because there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to be like, who are they? Why are they in this? I don't get it.
well, my high hopes. Hopefully, they'll explain all that. I mean, if you want more of them, this is it. It's just in the form of a movie. I don't. The only other thing they can do is a TV show, but no, I don't think anybody would. I think it's least likely for somebody to show up for a Miss Marvel 2 or Wanda or a Monica Rambeau spinoff. I would go see it. I would support it, but I don't think that's likely. Well,
why did they put him in Secret Invasion?
Why would they just show it randomly in other shows like that?
No, they could have written. I mean, that's what writers do. They find out ways to write him in. They're not sticking to the comic book, so they can do whatever they want to do.
Okay. Going
am I wrong?
Yes and no. Yes and no. But the schedule swap with the Marvels had left the Ant-Man sequel in the squeeze, pushing up its post-production schedule by 4.5 months. Marvel films are known for coming down to the wire and giving Feige's ability to foam the runway and land a plane that way, says one executive familiar with how a company operates. But this level of unfinished was unprecedented and would be noted in the scathing reviews when the tentpole with $200 million budget opened 11 days after the premiere. Critics weren't the only ones dismayed. Fed up with 14-hour days and no overtime, Marvel visual effects workers voted unanimously to unionize in September, sparking an industry-wide trend. That's awful. The year 2023 was the straw that broke the camel's back, says former Marvel Studios visual effects assistant coordinator Anna George, who appeared before the Congressional Labor Caucus on October 19th to testify about the studio's unattainable deadlines and working conditions. The pay and long hours at Marvel were the reason we had to start our unionization process. The conditions were completely unsustainable. That just sounds ridiculous to me. Like, I could go on. They're talking about what is her name? Victoria Alonso, who was fired. It was speculated that she went and worked on another film, Argentina 1985, and there was a lot of speculation around that. But she kind of ruffled some feathers over there too. But she's not with the company anymore. And I know we've talked about that ad nauseum. But Larry, like, how do you have Marvel Studios, man, one of the most successful studios in the world, but they're having stuff like this that's unprecedented, and people are having to go to the Congressional Labor Caucus, and the visual effects workers will have to unionize, and this is why Ant-Man sucked, and like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, what say you? Is this Iger? Is it Chapek? Is it both? She-Hulk also kind of stinked. That article gets into that. Like, what do you think, man?
I mean, it's both. I mean, She-Hulk didn't stink just because of the special effects. I mean, She-Hulk stunk because of the story, but I think when it comes to all this stuff, pay people what they're worth. And what they're worth is a lot more than what these studios are offering to pay them. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, we're paying people the industry standard or whatever, but you have to pay people more. Not only do you have to pay people more, you need to hire people. You need to hire more people. You can't sit up there and try and expect people to work 14, 16-hour days every day and come in there and berate people. I mean, we heard all these horrible stories about people in there, people coming in there and just going a ham on folks, And if you are somebody who has a very special skill set, like, visual effects, and somebody comes in there and goes straight ham on you, and you just say, you know what, F you, I'm out. You're not going to be out of a job for very long, because there's not a ton of people in the world that do what they do and do it well. So they can go work for someone else. They need to treat their people right. They need to pay them more, and they need to have some reasonable hours. I think forget 14, 16, or 12-hour days is too much. I mean, what that says is that their production schedules are unrealistic, and they need to go ahead and stretch those out. If you are working people, 14, 16 hours a day to get a project done in, say, 9 months, you probably need to stretch that project out to like 14 months, so that people have the chance to do stuff. Because what do you do if you have reshoots? You're going to go back and now all of a sudden everything's an emergency again because you have to put new special effects in there,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Let's move on to this next part. Very disappointing. Talking about Blade. Two-time.
Who?
Blade.
Who?
Anyway, two-time Academy Award winner Mahershala Ali. Man, this should just be our priority. It should be a bigger priority than Fantastic Four. It should be as big as a priority as Deadpool 3, but unfortunately, it is not. As public criticism mounts, Feige is pulling the plug on scripts and projects that aren't working. Case in point, the Blade reboot with Mahershala Ali signed on for the eponymous role of a vampire. Things look promising for a 2023 release date, but the project has gone through at least 5 writers, 2 directors, and 1 shutdown 6 weeks before production. One familiar with the script, Permutation says that the story at one point morphed into a narrative led by women and filled with life lessons. Larry, what the hell is that? Blade was regulated to the 4th lead, not the first, as it should be, not the second, not the third, but the 4th. A bizarre idea considering that the studio had 2-time Oscar-winning winner Ali on board. Amid reports that Ali was ready to exit over script issues, Feige went back to the drawing board and hired Michael Green, the Oscar-nominated writer of Logan, to start anew. And yes, we have Logan right here. Michael Green, he is one of the writers, and so with Logan being one of the better superhero movies of all time, I think that's a good move right there. The Oscar-nominated writer of Logan to start anew. Speculation around town is that the studio is looking to make the film, now slated for 2025, on a budget less of $100 million, a deviation from Marvel's spending strategy. Larry, there's so much to unpack right there. How do you have Mahershala Ali come through and you can't even get a decent script together? You go through 5 writers, 2 directors, and how did it morph? What was it before? How did it morph into a Blade movie of vampires into a life lessons?
I don't know, man. Look, ladies, I love y'all. I really do. But everything doesn't have to be about you. There are some stories that are male-centric. Blade is one of them. It is what it is. I mean, that's not to say that you can't have spin-off shows. You can't have, sub-stories that are about the ladies around him. But Blade is a man, and the story should be about him. He should not be a 4th-tier character in his own movie, his own title movie. So, I mean, I said this before. It looks like it might happen because of the time it's taken. I don't think Mahershala Ali should be in that role. He's 49 years old, almost 50 years old. The way Marvel phases work, he could be around for another 10, 15 years. He's not supposed to age. Let's just say this lasts for another 12 years. By the time he gets done with his run, he's going to be 62 years old. And I'm sorry, I know black don't crack, but even at 62, you don't look the same as you did when you're 25 or 30. They should find somebody younger. So as they age up, as they go into this role and they're aging, they're not aging at a certain rate. They're not getting to a point where people are like, I don't even believe this anymore. This is ridiculous.
That is what everybody is saying, but I am the only one on the island swinging my flag, disagreeing with everybody. Yes, you did acknowledge that black doesn't crack, but at the same time, yeah, he will be that age, but I think that he will still be able to pull the role off physically and mentally. Mind you, he knows how old he is. He signed up for this. He knows that he wasn't going to come in and play the role just once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all have those thoughts like, I can do this, I can do that, and, yada, 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 and we haven't stretched in a year. But I think he knew what he was getting into. And even though Mahershala Ali is not my favorite choice to play Blade, and he's my second, I still want Wesley Snipes to come back.
Wesley Snipes is too old.
People say that, but before Mahershala was cast and he volunteered himself, he was salivating at the mouth like, Marvel, come on, let's do this, man. I got this script. We can do this. We can do it that way. And they know what they can and cannot do. And
he was pushing to get this done decades ago. Why wouldn't he be salivating? But he's not. He's too old now.
I mean, you still got old people that can move just as good as young people.
I'm not talking about whether or not they can move or they can't move. I get it. I mean, I look at some of these movies. I look at some of the stuff that Jackie Chan does, and he still moves better than most people that are half his age, but he's still old. You can't have somebody who's old playing somebody who's young. At some point, it looks ridiculous. That's why sometimes you watch some of these little teenage movies that are in high school, and we're supposed to believe some of these kids are in high school when you're like, damn, this kid looks like, how you have a 30-year-old looking like he's supposed to be playing like he's 17? I mean, at some point, you have to cast people that are a bit younger. I mean, there's a space for older folks, and there's a space for younger folks. I don't want to see somebody who's 25 trying to play someone who's 60. I mean, and somebody's talking about de-aging's a thing now. Yeah, everything's a thing. If you have the budget for it, nobody wants to put out the money to de-age him in every scene. You know, I mean, just hire a younger actor.
Why does he have to look young though? He's a vampire.
Because he's supposed to be ageless. He's not supposed to be somebody who's getting old.
In all of fiction, how old is the average vampire? They've been around for a minute. They look young. Or they look younger than what they actually are. They're not decades old, but hundreds of years
old sometimes, right? But that's the whole. You just said it yourself. They look young.
They look younger than hundreds of years.
They look like when we see these vampire shows, most of them look like they're probably about 30. That seems to be like the age they usually go for with vampires, unless they're doing something like, some Anne Rice stuff where they create a teenage vampire, but. I mean, generally, they look like they're about 30. And so my thought is that you can't have somebody who's 60 trying to play someone who's supposed to look 30. Now, he's not 60 now, but he's only about 10 years away from that. And these Marvel phases run for a long time. So just find somebody who's like 30. And if it runs 10 years, cool, then they're 40. If it runs for 20 years, which I think is ridiculous, it's probably not. But if it does and he stays in that role for 20 years, you have the whole thing of black don't crack. He'll be 50. And at that point, you can say it's time to go. Most actors don't want to stay in a role for 20 years anyways. They want to go. They get bored. They want to leave. But 10 years, find someone who's 30, he's 40. As a black person, he's going to look basically the same.
How you feel about this budget, though? They're saying $100 million and less. That's interesting to me because the least expensive movies in the MCU so far have been the Ant-Man franchises. Ant-Man 1 and 2 at $130 million. Now, on one hand, I'm glad that the budget is low because that gives whoever is creating it more creative freedom. It doesn't have to make these are Marvel movies. Like, we're just talking about the Marvels directed by Nia DaCosta. Yeah, her name is on it, but, there's been a lot of things that come out saying, yeah, I really don't have that much control over this movie. It's really Kevin Feige. If it's cheaper, they're going to give you more freedom. So that's good. And you don't have to make as much money for the studios to have a profit. However, if they were moving forward with all of their television shows and movies with a smaller budget, that would even make me feel better, even better than I do now, or not as conscious. But if they do this one for $100 million, but then the next few movies that come out go back to 130, 150, 200, I may feel some type of way about that. But how do you feel about the budget? Does it mean anything to you or not a big deal?
I mean, when I think about the original Blade, it seemed like it was a movie that was much more story driven than it was like special effects. There was fighting and stuff. Definitely there was fighting and there was combat, but it seemed like it was much more about the story than it is. Some Marvel movies, I feel like they're more so about the special effects, about all the fighting and the buildings getting knocked down and people showing their special abilities. I feel like Blade was, the original ones, they were more story driven. And I think story driven movies are just cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 100 million is fine. It gives them enough money for special effects for all the blood work they're going to need to do, and then they're good. You know, I think that could be fine. But like you said, they'll probably get more freedom when the budget's not as big. Also, it's a lot easier, I think, to have a more successful outcome when the budget's only 100 million, because you have 100 million, you only need to make like 3 back. Yeah. Before, you know, I mean, if someone gives you, you know, $250 million, you damn near need to make $1 billion to be profitable. You know, okay. I'm not sure Blade's going to be $1 billion movie, but it could very easily be, you know, a $300-400 million movie.
Yeah, I mean, it could still be $1 billion movie at with $100 million budget. If it's
it could. That'd be great.
Fantastic. Hopefully, it will be. But guys, you let us know what y'all think about the Blade movie. You know, female-led Blade doing life lessons, the fourth lead, $100 million budget. Also, this article talks about him potentially leaving. That was a rumor as well. I mean, there's a lot of details in this article right here. It was very lengthy. Variety broke it down, but you also had Collider that was pushing back, saying that Nia DaCosta didn't leave the post-production for the Marvels. And so whether you watch this via live or on the replay, let us both know what you think in that comment section below. Because we are dying to know. All right, let's. I mean,
I hope it's good though, because if it's not, man, I mean, they're gonna start dogging some of these ladies, not just the female, you know, led movies, but also these female directors directing comic book movies, because some of them have flopped, and I don't think they're gonna keep letting them flop.
Hold on, my alarm on my phone is going off for some reason. I don't know why I said it that time or whatever. But yeah, guys. 1 second. Let me
super chat.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna grab that.
Sim,
thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Enjoying the live tonight. All set for the week. Right on. I love it. The kids are all clean. I'm glad they're clean and fed. And mama can relax. Yeah, there you go, right there. Happy spouse, happy house. Thanks as always. Thank you, Sim. I really do appreciate the $10 super chat. It really does help out a lot. Thank you. All right, so let's move on to this next topic right here. Of course, we're sticking on Marvels. Just some more news that came out during the week. This is the direct.com. Marvel Studios announced its new Spotlight brand to combat MCU fatigue complaints. Interesting. Let's get into this right here. One show to begin new Spotlight categorization. Following the release of the new Echo trailer, which we're going to be watching here in a little bit, Marvel Studios revealed that the show will be the first under a new label with the MCU, the Marvel Spotlight banner. The announcement explained that Spotlight projects will have a musical fanfare composed by freaking Marvel collaborator Michael Giacchino. He's okay to me. Applying a departure from the standard Marvel Studios logo, music and visual buildup. I just had to throw that in there because, I mean, he's a competent composer. I mean, he can compose music much better than I can, but there's not that much. It's not that memorable. You know, Marvel doesn't have scores to where you be like, oh, man, that's that Black Widow soundtrack right there. That's that Doctor Strange. You know, and it's not bad, but it's just not like, you know, it doesn't grab you. It's not no Christopher Nolan movie with Hans Zimmer or something like that. Furthermore, the announcement discussed how Marvel Spotlight is rooted in Marvel Comics' 85-year publishing history, as it is inspired by the comics line of the same name, which began in 1971. In the comics, Marvel Spotlight was a way for fans interested in less fantastical, cosmic level Marvel to focus in on that without needing the other larger context of the universe. Marvel Studios head of streaming Brad Winderbaum said that the new banner will provide a platform to be more grounded, character-driven stories to the screen, allowing for consumption of the entire continuity to be less of a necessity. I mean, I think we've been saying that from the beginning. Marvel Spotlight gives us a platform to bring more grounded, character-driven stories to the screen, and in case of Echo, focusing on street-level stakes over large MCU continuity. He explains that just like the comics fans didn't need to read all the cosmic comics to follow something more street level, fans do not necessarily need to have seen other Marvel series to understand Echo. Just like comic fans didn't need to read Avengers or Fantastic Four to enjoy a Ghost Rider Spotlight comic, or an audience doesn't need to have seen other Marvel series to understand what's happening in Maya's story. Larry, I think this is a great idea. I think that this is what they was already doing, but they're just kind of putting a label on it. I mean, we do need these street level characters. We know we got Daredevil that debuted in She-Hulk. We have Echo that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. And of course, we know that we have the Daredevil Born Again series that's in the middle of production right now. I think that's
they did this, or they did this on Netflix with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and you know, Daredevil. I mean, they should just keep doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can get those actors back, they should get those actors back.
No. You know, I do not want the guy from Iron Fist coming back at all.
Okay. Okay, we get a new Danny Rand.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like dude from Luke Cage. I like what's her name from Jessica Jones.
Yeah, she was
you
straight.
know. I mean,
I don't care if she comes back. I mean, if she came back, I wouldn't throw a fit or kick a fixture or nothing, flip a table, but you know, they can replace her. But Michael Coulter, if they wanted to bring him back, I'm cool with that. Definitely not the Danny Rand guy. That was it was not good.
And you know, the Daredevil dude, he's cool. He's cool. I like. I mean, he's back anyway. So I mean, I feel like maybe bring them all back except for the Danny Rand dude. If they want to bring him back because they figure they can work something with him, fine. But I mean, it's always easy to blame the actor on something, but you know, the actor's going to put the words out there that they put in his mouth, and he's going to direct it the way the directors want it. So I don't know how much freedom he had to, you know, to do what he wanted, but
okay.
I like the Defenders. I want to see them back. I wouldn't mind seeing them. I wouldn't mind seeing a new series for each of them.
Yeah, I got you, man. Well, guys, let us know what you think. Marvel has something new. Marvel Spotlight right here, focusing on characters at street level, so you don't have to worry about the multiverse or timelines or, you know, the Eternals movie where a big celestial comes out of the earth and just kind of sits right there of the whole Indian Ocean. You know, this is just going to be your neighborhood baddies and stuff like that. So again, let us know what you think. There is a link to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure.
Now tell me this.
But speaking about people that are coming back, I know you probably mess with me.
No, I was serious. I was gonna say, what would you think about like an Okoye origin story like series, just like her as like a teenager coming up, starting to train with the Dora Milaje, and her starting to move through the ranks. I mean, that could be a very fun series to watch.
Hey, if it's black and it's a woman, you know, I'm a vote for it anyway. But yeah, she's big enough, she's popular enough for me at least to warrant a show.
But it's one of those ones, like they said, you wouldn't have to know all the other stuff surrounding it in order to get it. You can have like obviously like a Black Panther pop up in that show. You would need one, so you know.
I got
but you wouldn't need to understand everything.
Check out the chat that I sent you a while ago, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Talking about you know, people coming back. I don't know about this one. I think this is obvious that they was doing anyway. And let me find an image for this right here. Report. Marvel is in talks about bringing the original Avengers back. Seems like a given, but let's see what they have to say. According to a bombshell report in Variety, there's a chance it could come from bringing back some of those aforementioned famous characters who have since been retired from active duty in Marvel Cinematic Universe. They specifically cite two big names who served as the foundation of the first four Avengers movie: Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. Four other Avengers actors, Samuel L., Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, and Jeremy Renner, remain involved in the MCU now. Chris Evans has moved on to other projects since Avengers Endgame. Larry, this is not much to this, but how do you feel about this, them bringing back the original Avengers? And is this even news to you? Because I'm going to give you my 2 cents, of course, but you go first, sir. Like, how do you feel about the original Avengers coming back?
I mean, I'm Scarlett Johansson. I'm telling you, you pay me up front.
Okay.
You know? You got to give me my money now. No, but seriously, I mean, everybody loves a bit of nostalgia, so it'd be kind of fun to have them back. I shouldn't even say nostalgia. It's not like they've been gone that long, but it almost, I mean, to bring them back now, it almost like it's like admitting defeat. Like the new folks that are coming up that we're trying to put out aren't exciting enough. They're not They're not getting in what we need to get in. So, I mean, all the originals were big names. Everybody knew Iron Man and Thor, you know, and Captain America. Everybody knew them. Not everybody knows these, you know, these sort of secondary characters. So I mean, that's where I was like, I feel like all these people should have had series. They should have had like 2 or 3 seasons before they started moving them into big movies.
To me, this is not really news. I felt like they were doing this anyway after Secret Wars comes out. I think everybody and their mom is going to be in that movie, or at the end of it in a post-credit scene. All the dead characters. Like I don't think Phil Coulson's coming back, but I'm very confident that Black Widow's coming back. I'm very confident that Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man is coming back. Also, Quicksilver that died in Avengers 2: Age of Ultron. Like I feel everybody's coming back. That's the perfect storyline to do it, and I'm not even that familiar with it. And so, for them to do this, it seemed I kind of see what you're saying when you say amidst defeat. It's like they're just trying to get that out there to calm people down. Like, okay, I know y'all guys are not happy right now. You know, we're gonna bring back the original. We was gonna do it anyway, but we're just telling you this right now so y'all can calm your butts down. You know, like this isn't. I mean, this was a given. I mean, I kind of felt like this was happening anyway. Like I would be disappointed if it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it would be
better ways. There's better ways, I think, to do stuff. I mean, I mean, there's characters out there that people want to see that are already. I mean, it would be great if they can get Spider-Man into, you know, on Disney's side instead of still floating around out there. But I mean, what about a Hulk movie? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves the Hulk.
They still got some rights issues that have to deal with Universal.
I thought they got all the rights back. They didn't get them back yet.
They may have recently got. I don't know. They're still kind of up in the air. They may have got all of them back within the past 6 months to a year. I'm not sure, but I would like a Hulk movie. You know that.
I mean, you had WandaVision that was wildly popular. That was a few years ago. How about a dedicated movie with her? They sort of threw her in there as sort of like I mean, she pretty much took over. You know, what's his name's movie? Doctor
Strange too.
Doctor Strange too. I mean, why they give her own stuff? You know, Black Widow could be better. Everybody loves Thor. Loki should have maybe give Loki his own movie or something. I don't know. I think there's characters out there already that people know and love and would like to see, instead of just rushing head first into with these new characters that they're not resonating with people right now for whatever reason. And I think that's one of those things. If you create movies with some of these other characters, and then you introduce the new characters in there and you have them in there for a period of time, I think people will like them and accept them. But I mean, Monica Rambeau, I think a lot of people will like her, but I don't think she's popular enough right now. I think she could be, but she's just not, because people don't know her.
Yeah, I want them to come back, the original Avengers, but I definitely don't think they should before Secret Wars. If it's before that, I think that's forced and it's not a good idea. So, but guys, y'all let us know what y'all think about this. To me, it's just a given. But that, report Marvel is talking about bringing back the original Avengers. They should bring them back. Just don't rush it. Bring them back in Secret Wars, and after that, we can have our nice little reset Marvel reboot. But if you want to read this a bit more, there's a link to this in the description box below for you to do all of that at your own leisure. All right, now Larry, what's up? Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, what are they gonna do about Jeremy Renner? Because I don't think he can do all those stunts. I mean, how are they going to write his character? Because he always was a very physical character.
I think he got a full recovery. I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be okay. Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Layla? How you doing? What's going on? Play the live on silent. I prefer for work tomorrow. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But Larry, have you seen the Echo trailer? Have you seen?
I have not.
You have not.
I'm looking forward to it. No, I have not.
You haven't seen it. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and check it out. Have you heard anything about it? Like, people rumbling online, or
I heard that it looked good.
Okay.
I heard that it looks like it's going to be wholly legit, but I haven't seen it yet.
All right, well, let's go ahead and check out this Echo trailer real quick with Larry. And again, guys, I've already have a link to it on my channel with my own separate reaction. So if you want to go check it out, you can. But here goes the trailer right here. And y'all hit a 1 in the chat if you can hear it. That is not the trailer.
Yeah, it started playing for a second.
Yeah, that was my
that was your intro.
Yeah, that was my trailer reaction. Hold on, let me get it real quick. I think this is it right here. Here we go.
Maya. I see everything that you are. I always have. Don't be afraid. You have so much pain in you. So much rage that you can't contain it. You and I are the same. So, who's the monster?
Yeah, man. Before I get your 2 cents, there you go. Echo trailer reveals major Marvel's first Larry TVMA rating. Simultaneously, I can't even talk. Hulu debut and Native American and deaf lead. This is what's up right here. They're gonna drop the whole thing on January 10th. At one time, not a week to week, man, but the whole thing. Representation was extremely important to myself and to everyone on the crew, Friedland said at a press event for the series in October, where she was joined by executive producer Brad Windenbaum, who is also head of streaming television and animation at Marvel. But while the filmmaker said the show has indigenous and deaf representation in front and behind the camera, there were further efforts made to ensure a high level of authenticity during production. Larry, you just saw the trailer. What did you think, sir? Let us have it.
Wow, that looked dope, man. I mean, anytime something just really holds your attention, because I see a lot of stuff and I find myself reaching for my phone or whatever else. I was locked in that whole time. It looked really, really good. And the couple scenes that we saw where it looked like they were on a res, I can't wait to see what they have to do with that. So it looked like sounds like they're gonna do it right. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Right on, right on. Again, guys, I have my own separate reaction for the trailer right there. If you guys want to go check that out on my channel. What do you think about Kingpin, man? And Elliot, where you at? At least if you're watching this in the replay, at least let me know what you think in the comment section, sir. I would appreciate it, because me and Elliot have been going back and forth since Hawkeye. He hates the show Hawkeye on Disney Plus. He hated Kingpin, and he's like, oh, he wants to vomit. It's like, that is the worst. How did Kate Bishop beat him? He has a Hawaiian shirt on. And I haven't talked to him about it. And not just him, but a lot of people were disappointed with Kingpin in Hawkeye, just saying he was weak. He got beat up by Kate Bishop. I wasn't liking the Hawaiian shirt, even though apparently that's something he wore in the comics. They just thought it was horrible. And so many people was like, I want the same tone of the Netflix series with that Kingpin beating ass, unapologetic, violent, gritty, slamming heads and car doors. It looks like we're getting that in this trailer, man. At the very beginning, you know, we see a man making fun of her, and he's like, I'm not having this. You're not finna make fun of no deaf girl. I'm gonna beat your ass in an alley, broad daylight, and have bloody knuckles. You know what I'm saying? That's what do you think about that, man? Is this the type of kingpin you want, or you want the Hawaiian shirt man?
No, I like this dude. He's legit.
Okay.
I mean, but I've liked, I mean, who doesn't like Kingpin, man? I mean, the dude's just brolic. I mean, I want to know what kind of laundry detergent he uses, because he's always got bloody hands and somehow he never gets his suit dirty. You know? I got you. He must have that good 3M coating on there or something. But
yeah, man. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it looks like it's gonna be, you know, all jokes aside, it looks like it's just gonna be a really, really good series. I mean, I hate to say it because I know it's gonna, I mean, I enjoy being able to binge something, but I mean, I do like sometimes the week to week thing so that you can talk about it with folks. It's one thing when you watch the whole series and you go on and you talk about everything, but it's nice to be able to go from week to week, talk about it, speculate what's going to happen next, have some anticipation. So, but it sounds like it's going to be a big dump.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Also, like, you know, it says in the article, it also says here at the end, all episode streams January 10th. But where is it at? Set your I can't talk. Set your Disney Plus profile to TVMA to stream. You know, again, this was one of the only things that I really did like that Bob Chapek did when he was there, is he allowed us to get R-rated content on Disney Plus. So that's good right there. You just have your parental control. But not only is this the first time with the Disney Plus show in Marvel, but this is the first rated R and all of it in the MCU. Like, we thought Deadpool 3 was going to be the first R-rated in the MCU, but we're getting this with Echo. And so that's amazing.
Who's the dude? Who's the dude? There was one of those scenes in the trailer where it was some dude that was coming out of. It looked like he was coming out of like one of those when they do the whole hot steam thing in there, or a TP or something. It looked like he was coming out of something. Go back just like a couple of frames back. But that dude looked like, maybe it was forward. You have to go forward a little bit. But that dude, he looked like a damn superhero. Yeah, that dude. Who is that?
I didn't even realize that. Let's see.
That dude looks like a monster.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he blowing somebody's skull off right there. That's interesting. Yeah,
that dude. Yeah, he looks like he's coming out to do some battle or something.
Damn, yeah, he does got the swole back. Got them lats for days. Like, man.
I mean, I wonder if that's like some dude is gonna teach her something, or she's got to fight. I want to know something.
I want to know too, because he looked like he like a bulletproof back or something like that. We also got a shot of Daredevil. Yeah, that's Daredevil right there.
Right there, yeah.
So in my opinion, damn it, I thought I pressed pause. That's like a Kamehameha blast right there. But what I think they should do in the next trailer that we get, crap in the pants. I'll keep trying.
What's up with that scene, like in the silhouette with the whole puppet thing? Why does that look like Venom?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. It's like a Hadouken, or somebody saying Kamehameha. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But there we go. Okay, Daredevil. Damn it, I was trying to get a better shot of him. What they should do in the next trailer is have a ton of Daredevil in the trailer to get more people to come in, because one of the things about this trailer that made it so good, everybody wants to see Kingpin, and so you had him all in the trailer. If he wasn't in the trailer, then people wouldn't be as excited. So great job there, Marvel, Disney. But next trailer, let's have some more Kingpin, and some Daredevil. You're gonna have everybody locked into this thing right here. They're gonna get all the subscriptions for at least a week. You know, and maybe I think, how many episodes is this? Is it 8 or 10? Let me see if
I hope they do 10. I'm tired of these little 6 and 8 episode seasons. And they need to do like a full cable season. Give us 10, 12 episodes.
Okay, so episode that will have every episode available. Okay, there's only one. There's no more. Okay. What I was gonna say, let's say if it was 8 episodes, instead of releasing all 8 on January 10th, maybe release 4, and then 4 the next week or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or 4 and then 2 the next week and then 2 the next week, so you can have somewhat of a week to week thing, you know, so people can be talking about. I don't know, but and another thing, Larry, last thing is I don't have really any expectations. I don't know nothing about Echo, so they talking about changing her powers as well, which I don't care because I've never heard of Echo before ever in my life until Hawkeye came out. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am.
So am I.
You know, yeah, the Marvels I'm looking forward to, Echo I'm looking forward to, and then I think after that is the Captain America 4. We're gonna have to see, man. But you got any final thoughts?
I'm not really looking forward to the Marvels, but I'm gonna go see it. I'm not really looking forward to it, but I'm gonna see it. And I guess it's probably a good thing I'm not looking forward to it, because if it turns out to be good, then I'll probably enjoy it a lot more than going into it with high expectations and then being disappointed. But this, I hope it's good, because I can tell you right now, just looking at that trailer, I'm just like, this is gonna be good, and I hope it is.
Yeah, I hope it is too. But you guys, let us know what you think down in that comment section below. We got this Echo trailer, TVMA, all dropping at one time, January 10th on Disney Plus and Hulu. It is going down. Larry, have you seen Loki, the last episode, season 2?
I did.
5. What did you think, sir? What did you think?
I watched that and I thought to myself, Loki might be the most important character in the MCU at this point.
This is true.
You know, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, Loki might be the most important dude in the MCU.
Yeah, man. This is true. The episode was wild, man. And we're gonna just talk about it here real quick for the last topic of the day. If you have not seen Loki season 2, episode 5, titled Science Fiction, we're going to spoil this thing up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen it. That is your warning. And so don't get mad at me like, oh my God, don't talk about it. We haven't seen it yet. It came out a couple of days ago. And so, you know, check it out. Now, Larry, when episode 4 ended, man, I did not know what to expect. That was a hell of a cliffhanger. I was saying to myself, what in the world is going to happen next? I don't know. Anything goes. Now, I was disappointed that they released a trailer. I know I talked about that. Eman talked about it on, we talked about it privately, but he said it on Friday or last week about the horrible marketing. I was disappointed by that. But what I do like about the episode is these endless time paradoxes that they're causing with this mess. We open up the episode. Loki is the only one in the TVA. Everybody's gone. You know, we don't know if they went back to the sacred timeline, the branch timeline, or their own timeline, or they're just disintegrated, like Victor Timely in episode 4, how he went spaghetti. But what I do like is Loki is time slipping again. That whole effect right there is cool to me. The fact that he was going down the corridor and then saw himself pick up the book and say hello, time slip, disappeared. But then he walked in himself and picked up the book and then saw what he just did. That whole concept right there is just so fascinating to me. I love it. It really does. Just makes me smile as far as, like, you know, as this science fiction goes. But like, what did you think about that opening? Was it satisfying to you with the way that episode 4 ended, or was you kind of wanting something else?
No, it worked. It worked really well. You know, it was one of those things where it's, I mean, because once you start talking about time travel and dimensions and everything else, anything is possible. So it's kind of cool that he's there seeing himself and then disappearing and popping back up. It's just like, because sometimes when people do time travel movies, it can get confusing where you're just like, okay, where are they? What time and space are they in? But the way they've done this is sort of like, it doesn't really matter what time and space they're in. You know, because it's like they're in a place that doesn't really exist, but it does exist, but it doesn't exist. And so it doesn't really matter if it exists or not. It's just like the when and where, you know, the when doesn't matter so much as just knowing that Loki's still there. He's still rolling around. So
this is true. Now, this is the first time we've actually talked about season 2 on my channel at all. I mean, we haven't even talked about it on the back end either. But do you have a favorite character so far in season 2? Is there anybody that, you know, makes you smile from ear to ear. As soon as they pop on the screen, like if any, who's your favorite character? Because I definitely have one, which I'm gonna tell you here in a second.
Oh man, I mean, obviously, I love Loki, but I really like I like Sylvie right now. I love the fact when she went into McDonald's and she was like, the guy was like, what would you like? And she was just like, everything. She was like, I want to experience everything. And I'm just like, yeah, I guess I'm just kind of feeling her character right now,
I got you. I may sound like a little wimpy baby, but one of the things I don't want to necessarily wish, I don't want to say I don't like it, but it kind of makes my skin crawl a little bit. It's just those visuals of the branch timelines dying and them going into spaghetti form. That just kind of just makes my skin crawl. You know what I'm saying? Just like reality itself folding in on itself like that. It's cool but creepy at the same time.
It is creepy.
But after that, man, we start to go to each of the individual timelines and kind of seeing where everybody's coming from. The first one, we have Casey, who doesn't know who he is. He's escaping from Alcatraz. Have you seen that movie that came out a number of years ago, Escape from Alcatraz?
Escape from Alcatraz. It's interesting because they say that only 2 people escaped, and since he left, that would explain why they didn't think it was 3. Although there would be somebody missing, because there would still be 3 people missing. But I think one of them they found. The other person, they never found the body, I think.
I want to look into that, man. Just one random Saturday when I was a child, I think in elementary or junior high, I was just watching TV and I was like, what is this Escape from Alcatraz? I did not see the whole movie. I saw maybe like the last 30 to 45 minutes, and it was pretty good. Seeing their meticulous plan go into fruition.
I just went to Alcatraz like I don't know, maybe like 2 months ago or something like that. I went to Alcatraz. It's very interesting. I didn't know that. I guess there was a whole group of Native Americans that took over Alcatraz for a long period of time. I think it was in the 70s. I think it was. It started off as like a student protest where they took it over.
I got you.
Yeah.
I did not hear anything about that. Remind me to look into that. I didn't answer the question I just asked you. You told me Sylvie is the character that you're feeling right now. People are dropping their favorites in the comments. I agree with Johnny Washington here. I like Ouroboros. He's my favorite right there. I love him. He is a freaking badass. I felt sorry for him. He's a science fiction writer, has all these books that he put together, and he is dropping them off for free at the library and trying to pay for his own book. Doesn't really get lower than that, man. But I was feeling for him. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen anything like that before, where you're trying to pay the store to take your own book. But that has to really do something for the mind right there. I liked it, man. Pretty dope to me. The fact that he was able to build a TemPad in only 19 months was very cool too. And I just kind of like the whole dialogue behind it, and just all of his manners. Like, oh man, I would have to build this from scratch. If I don't have anything to go off, it could take a whole lifetime, Oh, I'm sorry, I got a fly on that or something. But
that's the guy from Indy, right?
Yeah,
that's the kid from Indy. Every time I see him, I'm just like, man, I always love the way that kid sounds when he talks. It's just, still today.
It's something about him, man, that he came out with those 2 movies back in the day that just defined so many people's childhood, or at least my generation. Then he disappears, and then he just comes back. And he's still just as good, kind of the same person, but 30, 35 years later. I love that too. But the fact that he lost his wife and his job because of the 19 months, that kind of broke my heart. But I mean, do you have any commentary there? And right after that, we meet Mobius's character too on the jet skis. But yeah, how'd you feel about all that?
I guess theoretically, if he wanted to, he could always go back and talk to his wife and explain things to her, maybe show her some things. I think that he lost his wife, but I think obviously there's more there than what we know, because he's choosing not to do that. Just like when Loki told Mobius, I can bring you back here anytime you want, and he shows them like, there we are talking. I can put you back anytime and space you want to be. And obviously, Obi knows that. So I mean, there's more than that than just his work that's going on with his wife. So I don't know what it is, but he's choosing not to go back and fix that.
Now we finally get to see Mobius, living his jet ski lifestyle. His wife left him too, but his opening scene, he was in the showroom with the fan in his face, wind blowing in his face, doing his jet ski. And the other dude like, no, I want a dirt bike. How'd you feel about that, man? Because I have a question I'm gonna ask you here in a second. But how'd you feel about Mobius finally seeing him kind of in that jet ski lifestyle with his boys and all that?
I mean, it explained a lot because he had the cutout of the jet ski from the magazine at his desk. I think that was in season 1 when he had that. So it makes sense.
Now let me ask you this: what would you do? Would you want to be ignorance is bliss and just not know anything? Or would you want to know the life that you could have lived? Because Sylvie, your favorite character, and Loki, and I think Hunter B15 as well, was like, hey man, don't you want to know what life you had on the timeline? You're a variant. You've been, you think you have all your memory, but you have more than a life of this TVA. Your life is stolen. And he didn't want to know. He didn't want to know. I mean, at first he was like, no, man, what if I had the best life in the world and it was stolen from me? I wouldn't want to know. But it doesn't seem like he has the best life. He said that his wife left him as well. His kids are bad as hell, running around with matches and wanting snakes and puppies. And they just seem really disobedient, He loves his boys, but like, where are you on your philosophy? Would you want to know, or would you be like, nah, I'm good here on the TVA, man. They got good health insurance. I got a limited amount of key lime pie. Where you at on that?
I would hope that I'd be brave enough to want to know. I hope I'd be brave enough, because that would be terrifying in a lot of ways, But yeah, I think I would take a lot of personal courage to say yes to that, to having that much knowledge,
I got you. Yeah.
And so I would want to, and I hope I'd be brave enough to say yes. Show me everything. Tell me everything.
Yeah. For me, the acting was also pretty good in this episode too, with Loki trying to convince him, like, hey, bro, we need you right now. We got to get this temporal oil to do this and do that. And of course, at the time, he didn't know what all that means. But Mobius was really concerned for his boys. Like, I cannot leave my boys.
Yeah.
He's like, but look, they're not going to know, but I would know. I like that they threw that in there as well, just showing his level of responsibility and that he doesn't want to, leave his boys. It seems the tone and his mannerisms and just his demeanor seems like he's not happy. Seems like he made some mistakes in his life and that he doesn't want to repeat them, or he's just trying to do the best he can. Now it's like, look, I've already failed through. This has already failed through in my life in this and this aspect, but at least let me be there for my boys, even though they're kind of running over him a little bit. Well, like a lot. I kind of got that vibe from him, and it just made me fall in love with his character even more,
It was so interesting, Casey's character, because he's like in the TVA, he's like this very sweet man who's very much by the rules and sticks to everything sticks to the book. And then in his other life, he was the exact opposite. He's a criminal and a convict and an escapee. And even when they pulled him, he was like, so you can go anywhere with this thing. You can go into bank vaults. He was, he was still thinking about robbing banks,
Right,
so it's kind of cool how they did his character like that,
Yeah, it is complete polar opposites. I'm glad that he didn't end up stealing the temp pad later on. The branches were dying, but polar opposites. But something just as far as like the way they edited the episode, I'm really glad that they didn't spend time with each character trying to recruit him. They only showed him trying to recruit Mobius's character, but then it was kind of like a montage sequence for Casey a little bit, but then Hunter B15, and it just kind of progressed smoothly on from there. Something that's still kind of up in the air for me and kind of confusing though is like, why is Loki the only one that can time slip? or also, why is Sylvie the only one that could remember everything that was going on? Like, why can't Mobius and B-15 and Casey remember, but Sophie can? Is it because they're Lokis? Is it because she has magic? Like, I still don't know that at this moment. What do you think?
Well, I think they sent all those people back to their stuff. She's been rolling around with her own TemPad. So
that's why.
Yeah, I think she's just been going where she wants to go when she wants to go, where the other people were sort of sent back. So
okay,
but
that makes sense. I didn't think about that at all.
You know, one thing that made me smile in there was that scene with what's her name, Hunter B-15, when she was in there as a doctor and she was talking to a little girl and she was telling her don't climb trees. She was like, well, "You're not gonna listen, are you? You're gonna keep doing what you." She was little girl was like, "No, I'm gonna keep climbing trees." So that scene just made me laugh. You know.
I like it too. I like the bond between them, and it's kind of cool to see her like that. That she's very caring, kind of
gentle. You know, she's a pediatrician.
You know, she has a good vibe with the children, very motherly love, and all of that. But when we first met her in season 1, she was quite prejudiced. Like, you're a variant. You know, I'm better than you. You know, she was humble. So it's kind of interesting to see her character going back and forth like that. I did like it. But I don't know, man. I didn't really push back. Sylvie, she's on the fence for me because nobody has checked her. All of this is her fault. She is the one that stabbed he who remains in the chest and didn't think it through. Remember, Loki was like, "Hey, wait a minute, let's talk about it now." But she want to kick him through the time door and stab him in the chest without really thinking things through, like I said. But in the end, she kind of wins. Everybody, the TVA is destroyed. Everybody's on their own timeline. She's in her branch timeline as well. And Loki is the one that is being selfish, because before we realized they was dying, I was just kind of saying, well, hey, man, if everybody's at peace and everybody's ignorant, you know, what does it matter? Just let it ride out. And she was about to do that when she put on the headphones, but, you know, her co-worker was pouring the drink or the coffee, and he started running, and the branch died, and she got her TemPad and, you know, went back to him. And so do you I mean, like, how do you feel about her being selfish and Loki being selfish too? He was like, look, I just miss my friends, you know, I want my friends back, you know, like, that's kind of messed up, you know. And Sylvie kind of had a point right there. What say you, sir? What say you?
I mean, that's like a Loki thing to do, you know. I mean, they're all about chaos. And so for her to create all that chaos is just a very Loki thing to do. To be selfish like that, it's a very Loki thing to do. It's sort of, I mean, it fits them perfectly, you know? I mean, could you expect anything less? You know, I mean, even if that's one of those things with Loki. It's like, even if he's doing something that seems good, there's some other motive behind it, you know?
Yeah.
So, and in this sense, it was just the fact that he wants his friends. He's doing it he has selfless motivations to do the right thing. So
I'm glad that he was able to admit that, man. But his character was. But yeah, man, we're at the end right now. I did not know what the hell was going to happen, but it freaked me out when all of the branches started dying. They started dying and shriveling away. Mobius is like, "Oh, I gotta go find my boys," and then he went away.
Yeah.
But for Loki to have control over his time slipping and go back, what are the limits to that, Larry? How far can he go back? Can he just do this forever and ever and ever? Because on one, for me, as an audience member, as a fan, it is a cool concept. But at the same time, if you just have infinity amount of lives, it does take the stakes away. So they're really going to have to stick the landing and execute this the right way in the finale, or it could fail like Secret Invasion did, and I don't want that to happen. So I again, I like the concept of it, but if you can just keep doing redos over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, I don't know how I feel about that, man. Am I tripping or am I making sense?
No, you're not tripping at all. I mean, it's interesting that he has that power under control, because it really just like, it makes him so incredibly powerful in a lot of ways. Like, if he decides he wants to go to Asgard, and they're basically like, you know, what was that sword that they had? Where they made the, you know, where he used to be able to try. He doesn't need that anymore. He can go anywhere he wants.
Right.
You know, I mean, he can literally go anywhere. And if Sylvie's truly a Loki, I know she has her tip pad, so she probably hasn't tried to develop that, but I'm assuming she can probably develop that same skill, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really going to be interesting to see how they use that power that he has now, because it's going to be, unless somehow they decide they're going to take it away from him, like he's going to have some big moment where he saves everything, and as a consequence, he ends up having that power taken away. But if he maintains that power,
yeah,
I mean, because right now, the only person that can really travel the multiverse that we know of is Doctor Strange, you know. And if he's basically just like, yeah, Doctor Strange, whatever, I'm gone, you know, he doesn't need to go and get sick after he's traveling. He just jumps from here to there as he feels like it. I mean, that's powerful, dude.
Yeah,
you know.
But we're gonna see, man. What are you have any? We've got one episode left, man. The season finale. Do you have any predictions? Any thoughts? Like anything you want to happen? Anything you don't want to happen?
I want to know if he's going to be able to travel with somebody else. If he's going to be able to take someone with him when he slips.
I never think of that.
You know. And if he slips, can he slip back to a time when, you know, like where the Avengers are, and bring him back with him? If he's like, I really could use the help of my brother, could he go slip and grab Thor, come back with him? You know,
good observation right there. Good observation right there. You guys, y'all, he was trying to sell skis.
He really was, though.
He was. Him trying to sell his books at the bookstore broke my heart. I know. I'm asking too much. Why hasn't Loki visited Thor? Hell, he couldn't fake his own mother's death to save her. I got you. Mobius is a close second, talking about your favorite characters. Yeah. Well, guys, that's gonna do it right there for the recap of Loki season 2, episode 5, titled Science Fiction. Loki traverses dying timelines in an attempt to find his friends, but reality is not what it seems.
Whoa,
you gotta
hold up.
Let us know what you think. What's up?
You didn't say what you were looking forward to.
I don't really have any expectations, to be honest with you. I just wanted to make sense.
Okay.
I don't want to set them too high. I just wanted to make sense. I don't want to be like, wait a minute, how you gonna end it like this when this and this happened? That don't make no sense. Oh, Marvel, you just make it make sense, and I'll be satisfied at this point, to be honest with you. But thank you for calling me out. Thank you for calling me out. But yeah, guys, y'all let us know what you thought about the episode, where this episode ranks as far as you're concerned. If it's the worst, if it's the best, if it's somewhere in the middle, let us know in the comment section, the chat, the comments, what you think was going to happen, what you want to happen, what you don't want to happen. Let us know. We're going to check out those conversations, those comments, and enjoy ourselves engaging and theorizing and all of that good stuff. We would really, really appreciate it. But also, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the Super Duper show number 25. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really, really, really do appreciate it. Again, everything that we discussed today is in the comment section with their respective links. And also, I'm going to be chopping up a few of these segments as well. And again, I keep saying it, I cannot wait for what's to come in the future. Just stay tuned, and I really do appreciate everyone's patience. Also, guys, I want to thank my lovely guest, Larry, with Today I Feel Like, aka Killmonger, the rightful ruler of Wakanda, for coming through. Larry, thank you so much for being generous with your time today, sir. I really do appreciate it. And also, what do you have going on your lovely channel for all the good people out there to look forward to?
Oh man, just been doing my camera reviews, so I have some more reviews. I have a lens review coming up for this lens that Tamron sent me. I went out to shoot some football yesterday. It was the Virginia State versus Virginia Union game for all you HBCU fans. So that should be fun when I get that ready. And yeah, man, just more camera stuff, trying to have some fun with it. And YouTube's been acting up, so I figure I'm just gonna do me. And those who decide to come along for the ride, come along. And if it ends up being a hobby, it just stays a hobby, Well,
sounds good to me.
Yeah,
y'all go ahead and subscribe, man. You won't regret it. Also, I do appreciate it. Calozane, you're very, very welcome. Superhero movies, thank you. Great shows, the Marvels this week. Hopefully it's entertaining. See you guys this week. Yep. Soto, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I really am. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, good evening, Kristen. And like I was saying earlier, guys, this week is the Marvels. Hopefully it's great. Hopefully it reaches our expectations, and I will have an out of theater reaction for you guys this week. When it's Tuesday night, as soon as I get out of the theater. Again, I'm covering Invincible on my channel right now, and episode 1 for season 2 is on my channel as well for you guys to check out. And again, subscribe if this is your first time here. This is all some of the cool stuff you'll get if you subscribe to my channel. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, that's Larry, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.